Hi everyone, my name is Leah Gallahorn and I'm a Beachbody coach. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an Emerald. I've been coaching for a little bit less than a year, and I'm here today to share my story with you of how I became a challenger, my journey to becoming a coach, and how it's really and truly shaped and changed my life for the better. So I started my journey as a challenger. I was actually in a pretty horrible place. I was over 200 pounds. I was extremely depressed. I had had my first child in October. Shortly thereafter, on New Year's Eve of 2015, I actually lost my daughter in her sleep to SIDS. So, as you can imagine, I was extremely depressed. I hadn't lost all my baby weight from when I had her, as it was just a few months later. I was really still healing. And so I was extremely overweight, extremely depressed. I started to turn to alcohol to try to cope with the anxiety and the depression that came with the loss of my daughter. And I was seeing a doctor. I was prescribed antidepressants. I was taking daily. I was prescribed anti-anxiety medication. I was prescribed sleeping medication. Basically anything that they could throw at me to numb me and put me in a place where I could at least cope with just waking up during the day and going about my day as much as I could. Mind you, I was extremely, extremely depressed. I wasn't leaving the house. I had actually left my career to be a stay-at-home mom for a little while. So I had left my career at that point. So I was kind of feeling like I was left with nothing. And that's when I saw my coach's post. And she was posting about a challenge group where it was a group of women, mostly women, who kind of support each other on their fitness journey. And by this point, I was extremely overweight. I was heavier than I'd ever been. Actually, during my pregnancy, I had gestational diabetes and struggled with that. And I was overweight the entire time of my pregnancy, pretty much eating whatever I wanted. And I was feeling extremely ill. Like I said, I had been drinking too much. I had started smoking again, and I was smoking probably about 2 packs of cigarettes a day. So I was I was just in a horrible place. So I reached out to my coach and said, what is this challenge group all about? I really need to lose weight. I need to do something. If I don't do something, I'm not going to make it. I just can't go through this. I can't keep doing this. So I was really at my wit's end and just at, my worst and lowest point when I reached out to her. And mind you, we weren't very close. Had knew each other. We had mutual friends, and so we weren't super close. So it kind of was different for me to reach out and be vulnerable like this, and reach out to her and say, hey, I need help, because it was so unlike me. But I knew if I didn't do something that I wasn't going to make it. I was just in a state of just depression and anxiety and not living my life. And I knew that that's not what my daughter would want. So I did my first challenge group. I think I actually didn't complete it because I got injured, but I still stuck with the nutrition. My background, my career was in cooking. I was a chef prior to leaving my career to be a stay-at-home mom. So the cooking part was a lot of fun for me, and that's really what I enjoyed doing, but I had never focused on cooking healthy. So even though I couldn't do the workouts per se, I did the nutrition for the round. And then once I'd healed the second round, I did the workouts and the nutrition, and I lost like 12 pounds. And I was so excited, and I stuck with it another round, and I was an active challenger in the challenge group. I was doing my workouts every single day, wasn't missing a day, and I started to notice a change in my overall well-being. I started to notice that I woke up a little bit hopeful instead of hopeless. Sorry, it makes me a little bit emotional to think about how much it's changed my life and how happy I am that I found this. So I started to wake up a little bit hopeful, and I would do my workouts every single day, and I started to lose a lot of weight. Round after round, I lost probably about 10 pounds per round until I got to about 60 pounds, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. I'm just completely changing my entire body, all my habits, everything. I think it was about 60 pounds where my coach said, hey, maybe you should consider coaching. And it had made such an impact on me, and it changed my life so much for the better that I thought this is something that I had to do. I felt a need to do it. I knew that there were a lot of people out there, maybe weren't in the same situation as I was, but that they were dealing with what life was throwing at them, whether it be anxiety, depression, just being overweight in general and the feelings that come with that. And I thought, it is my job, it is my duty, now that I've found this, to share it with as many people as I can. Right about that time, I decided that I didn't think I needed the medications from the hospital anymore. I completely stopped taking the antidepressants, the anti-anxiety medication, the sleeping medication, pretty much everything that was numbing me every single day. I completely stopped taking it. I found that the exercise was helping me emotionally, and as my body changed, my mind started to change with it, and I got stronger. And I basically live by the principle, and something that I still think about today is every day I woke up, I thought to myself, Leah, you're either going to cry today or you're going to sweat today. And that's what I thought to myself every single day. You're going to sweat or you're going to cry. So I knew one of those things were going to happen. My feelings and my emotions were going to come out some way. And so I chose to sweat. And I probably still cried. I still cry all the time. It doesn't get any easier, but I do feel like we get stronger. So anyways, I started my coaching journey, and honestly, I had so many people that supported me as a coach. There were people that saw my transformation and wanted to do it as well, and it was kind of a natural progression. They just saw everything that I had done for me, both physically and emotionally, and they jumped on board, and I feel so thankful that I've been able to touch as many lives as I have been through my coaching journey. And on top of that, it's just made everyone around me healthier. My friends, my family, all my loved ones, they've lost pounds, they've lost inches, they're eating better, they're focusing on their nutrition. And that is the biggest reward that I think that it's given me, is that the people that I'm closest to are healthier. And not only that, is I've built so many connections with people that I would never have built before, just by simply talking to them and figuring out what's going on and figuring out how I can help them. And it's something that's giving me a purpose and a mission that I didn't have before. I left my career as a chef. I now get to use my skills as a chef in preparing meals and sharing recipes that are now healthy and nutritious and fueling people's bodies versus feeding the trend of obesity, really, which is what I was doing. And so I get to use those tools now in my coaching business. So that's a little bit about how coaching has changed my life. I've now been coaching for about a year, and it seems like such a long time ago because of the growth in such a short time. And it's like a different world, really. I mean, as a coach, part of your vital behaviors is to read your personal development once a day. So I religiously read. I do actually 30 minutes of reading per day. And I try to read something with a positive message and something that I connect with to help me start my day off positively. And I truly believe that that is also what has changed my emotional well-being as well. So anyways, I wanted to share that with you because I think it's important I share as much of my journey as I can. I think that that's the way I'm going to be able to touch more people, touch more lives and reach more people. You can share this video if you would like. And I hope to connect with you guys on whichever level, just saying hello or even helping you start out on your health and fitness journey, because really there's something in these programs and the nutrition for every single person out there. No matter what path you're on, no matter if you're the healthiest person on earth, or maybe you just struggle with the mental or emotional side of things, there is something that can help you in these programs. I truly, truly believe, because it's helped me in so many ways. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope to connect with you guys soon. All right. Bye.